there, you're welcome to His TV, and my name is Collins Nanaya Abebrese. In this video, I want us to take a look at a very important personality in the history of Africa and West Africa, for that matter, Mansa Musa. And when you hear Mansa Musa, what comes to your mind is gold, you know. Now in this video, I'll show you a short documentary that I have put together about this great king of the ancient Mali Empire. And it is believed, or it is widely accepted, that Mansa Musa was the richest man ever lived in the world, and some people estimate his net worth into billions of dollars. And because of that, some people believe that Mansa Musa is the richest man in the world. I don't know, of course, what you think about that assertion, but you know, in those days there wasn't any kind of instrument to quantify, you know, the capital or the asset of these people. So in this video, I'm just going to basically give you a biography of this great man. But before we watch the video, let me just say this about him before we go and watch the video. Now, Mansa Musa, the name Mansa, or the term of Mansa, is a title meaning king. So Mansa Kanka Musa, that is King Kanka Musa, you know, and that's that, of course, and that's by the way. Now this king was the king of ancient Mali Empire, a very powerful empire that emerged in the Western Sudanese area, and this king was famous because of the wealth that he displayed, because that region, the ancient Mali Empire, which today is found in modern Mali area in West Africa, was rich in gold. And with the introduction of Islam to the Western Sudan through the trans-Saharan trade from the northern part of Africa, the people in ancient Mali became Muslims, and so they had to embark on various various pilgrimages to Mecca. So this king, after being converted to Islam, decided to embark on many pilgrimages to Mecca. And if you read the records, it is said that when he is on his way, he goes with a lot of camels, a lot of slaves, a lot of gold, and it is even on record that on his way to Mecca, he would be sharing gold on his way as a form of zakat, which is one of the pillars of Islam. So there are so many, you know, so many stories about this great man. So let's go in there and watch the video of this great man, and you can share your view in the comment section after watching the video.
Mansa Musa was the 9th Mansa of the Mali Empire, which reached its territorial peak during his reign. Musa is known for his wealth and generosity. He has been subject to popular claims that he is the wealthiest person in history, but the extent of his actual wealth is not known with any certainty. His riches came from the mining of significant gold and salt deposits in the Mali Empire, along with the slave and ivory trade. At the time of Musa's ascension to the throne, Mali in large part consisted of the territory of the former Ghana Empire, which Mali had conquered. The Mali Empire consisted of land that is now part of Guinea, Senegal, Mauritania, the Gambia, and the modern state of Mali. In this video, we shall explore the history and impact of Mansa Musa on the Mali Empire. Mansa Musa's personal name was Musa, the Arabic form of Moses. Mansa means ruler, or king, in Mande, and the title of the ruler of the Mali Empire. In oral tradition and the Timbuktu Chronicles, Musa is known as Kanka Musa. In Mande tradition, it was common for one's name to be prefixed by their mother's name, so the name Kanka Musa means, Musa, son of Kanku, although it is unclear if the genealogy implied is literal. He is also called Hajj Mansa Musa in oral tradition in reference to his Hajj. Musa was a Muslim, and his pilgrimage to Mecca, also known as Hajj, made him well known across northern Africa and the Middle East. To Musa, Islam was an entry into the cultured world of the Eastern Mediterranean. He would have spent much time fostering the growth of the religion within his empire. When Musa departed Mali for the Hajj, he left his son Muhammad to rule in his absence. Musa made his pilgrimage between 1324 and 1325, spanning 2,700 miles. His procession reportedly included 60,000 men, all wearing brocade and Persian silk, including 12,000 slaves, who each carried 1.8 kilograms of gold bars, and heralds dressed in silks, who bore gold staffs, organized horses, and handled bags. Musa provided all necessities for the procession, feeding the entire company of men and animals. Those animals included 80 camels, which each carried 23 to 136 kilograms of gold dust. Musa gave the gold to the poor he met along his route. Musa not only gave to the cities he passed on the way to Mecca, including Cairo and Medina, but also traded gold for souvenirs. It was reported that he built a mosque every Friday. Al-Umari, who visited Cairo shortly after Musa's pilgrimage to Mecca, noted that it was a lavish display of power, wealth, and unprecedented by its size and pageantry. Musa made a major point of showing off his nation's wealth. On his return journey, Musa met the Andalusian poet Abu Ishaq al-Sahili, whose eloquence and knowledge of jurisprudence impressed him, and whom he convinced to travel with him to Mali. Other scholars whom Musa brought to Mali included Maliki jurists. According to the Tariq al-Sudan, the cities of Gao and Timbuktu submitted to Musa's rule as he traveled through on his return to Mali. According to one account given by Ibn Khaldun, Musa's general Sarmanya conquered Gao. The other account claims that Gao had been conquered during the reign of Mansa Musa. Both of these accounts may be true, as Mali's control of Gao may have been weak, requiring powerful Mansas to reassert their authority periodically. Musa embarked on a large building program, raising mosques and madrasas in Timbuktu and Gao. Most notably, the ancient center of learning Sinkore Madrasa or University of Sinkore was constructed during his reign. In Niani, Musa built the Hall of Audience, a building communicating by an interior door to the royal palace. It was an admirable monument, surmounted by a dome and adorned with arabesques of striking colors. The wooden window frames of an upper story were plated with silver foil, those of a lower story with gold. Like the Great Mosque, a contemporaneous and grandiose structure in Timbuktu, the hall was built of cut stone. During this period, there was an advanced level of urban living in the major centers of Mali. Sergio Domian, an Italian scholar of art and architecture, wrote of this period. Thus was laid the foundation of an urban civilization. At the height of its power, Mali had at least 400 cities, and the interior of the Niger Delta was very densely populated. It is recorded that Mansa Musa traveled through the cities of Timbuktu and Gao on his way to Mecca, and made them a part of his empire when he returned around 1325. He brought architects from Andalusia, a region in Spain, and Cairo to build his grand palace in Timbuktu and the great Jingariba Mosque that still stands today. Timbuktu soon became the center of trade, culture, and Islam. Markets brought in merchants from Hausaland, Egypt, and other African kingdoms. A university was founded in the city as well as in the Malian cities of Jenne and Shegu, and Islam was spread through the markets and university, making Timbuktu a new area for Islamic scholarship. News of the Malian Empire's city of wealth even traveled across the Mediterranean to southern Europe, where traders from Venice, Granada, and Genoa soon added Timbuktu to their maps to trade manufactured goods for gold. The University of Sinkore in Timbuktu was restaffed under Musa's reign with jurists, astronomers, and mathematicians. The university became a center of learning and culture, drawing Muslim scholars from around Africa and the Middle East to Timbuktu. In 1330, the Kingdom of Mossi invaded and conquered the city of Timbuktu. Gao had already been captured by Musa's general, and Musa quickly regained Timbuktu, built a rampart and stone fort, and placed a standing army to protect the city from future invaders. While Musa's palace has since vanished, the university and mosque still stand in Timbuktu today. Mansa Musa is renowned for his wealth and generosity. Online articles in the 21st century have claimed that Mansa Musa was the richest person of all time. This claim is often sourced to an article in Celebrity Net Worth, which claims that Musa's wealth was the equivalent of 400 billion United States dollars. Celebrity Net Worth has been criticized for the unreliability of its estimates. Historians such as Adrian Collett have argued that Musa's wealth is impossible to accurately calculate. Contemporary Arabic sources may have been trying to express that Musa had more gold than they thought possible, rather than trying to give an exact number. Furthermore, it is difficult to meaningfully compare the wealth of historical figures such as Mansa Musa, due to the difficulty of separating the personal wealth of a monarch from the wealth of the state and the difficulty of comparing wealth in highly different societies. Musa may have brought as much as 18 tons of gold on his Hajj, equal in value to over 957 million United States dollars in 2022. Musa himself further promoted the appearance of having vast, inexhaustible wealth by spreading rumors that gold grew like a plant in his kingdom. According to some Arabic writers, Musa's gift-giving caused a depreciation in the value of gold in Egypt. Al-Umari said that before Musa's arrival, a mithqal of gold was worth 25 silver dirhams, but that it dropped to less than 22 dirhams afterward and did not go above that number for at least 12 years. Though this has been described as having wrecked Egypt's economy, the historian Warren Schultz has argued that this was well within normal fluctuations in the value of gold in Mamluk Egypt. The wealth of the Mali Empire did not come from direct control of gold-producing regions, but rather trade and tribute. The gold Musa brought on his pilgrimage probably represented years of accumulated tribute that Musa would have spent much of his early reign gathering. Another source of income for Mali during Musa's reign was taxation of the copper trade. The date of Mansa Musa's death is not certain. Using the reign lengths reported by Ibn Khaldun to calculate back from the death of Mansa Suleiman in 1360, Musa would have died in 1332. However, Ibn Khaldun also reports that Musa sent an envoy to congratulate Abu al-Hasan Ali for his conquest of Tlemcen, suggesting Musa died in 1337. In contrast, al-Umari, writing 12 years after Musa's Hajj, in approximately 1337, claimed that Musa returned to Mali intending to abdicate and return to live in Mecca, but died before he could do so, suggesting he died even earlier than 1332. It is possible that it was actually Musa's son Mahan who congratulated Abu al-Hasan, or Mahan who received Abu al-Hasan's envoy after Musa's death. The latter possibility is corroborated by Ibn Khaldun calling Suleiman Musa's son in that passage, suggesting he may have confused Musa's brother Suleiman with Musa's son Mahan. Alternatively, it is possible that the 4-year reign Ibn Khaldun credits Mahan with actually referred to his ruling Mali while Musa was away on the Hajj, and he only reigned briefly in his own right. Nehemiah Levzian regarded 1337 as the most likely date, which has been accepted by other scholars.
Okay, so now after the display of immense wealth, you heard it yourself. The question today we ask is that, or I want to ask is that, ancient Mali, where today we find or present day Mali, are they rich? I don't think they are that rich, but their king was able to, spend wealth so much so that the outside world even got to know about Mali because of wealth. And somebody would say, today the people of Mali, what have they, or of course, what did they benefit from? Mansa Musa's display of wealth. I think that Africa is rich, especially West Africa. You know, it's rich, but these enormous natural resources, they do not reflect in the life of the people. You know, because if you read most histories, they tell you that the West African countries are rich in gold. You know, the Gold Coast, even to the extent that some of these towns were called the Gold Coast. And for a white man to brand your shore as a Gold Coast, this area is a Gold Coast, that should tell you the immense gold, you know, that they came across. But today, I mean, I'm talking about of modern day Ghana today. This Gold Coast, I don't think you know it did, of course, reflect when you look at what Mansa Musa did. Somebody say, excuse me to say, he's stupid, because why would you do all of this and do nothing for your people, you know? But I don't know, you know, I'm just trying to think about something, because West Africa is rich. West Africa is never poor in terms of natural resources. You know, the Gold Coast, my own Asante people, very rich. But go to the Asante Kingdom and you realize that no, you know, and you know, it's just something else. I think that Mansa Musa should have, you know, if the wealthiest man, Mali should have been really big, you know, really big. Or is it as if our forefathers did not know the essence of gold? Because sometimes I'm tempted to ask, so why did they, you know, give their gold to the white man or the European, or spend it, you know, like the way they were doing? Is it as if they didn't know the importance of gold? Yeah, and so they were just, I don't know. I don't know. Share your view for me. Let me hear you in the comment section. What do you think about Mansa Musa's, of course, zakat? I know, alms giving gold, all, and whatever. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more of these educative contents.